Are you experiencing rhomboid pain? That kind of irritating, itchy feeling between your spinal cord and your scapula? Here's how to fix it. Welcome to Chronic Health. I'm your host, Ryan Loveless. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the rhomboids, what they are, what they do, what causes the pain in there, and also what to do about it. So first thing, let's talk about some anatomy. So whenever we're talking about rhomboid pain or irritation in there, we're talking about, there's some muscles that's between the scapula and the spinal column, and those are called the rhomboids. The rhomboids sit below the trapezius muscle, which the traps are more than just up here. They also go down into your back as well, and they sit under those. We're talking about the rhomboid minor, the rhomboid major, and the levator scapula. Those are the three muscles that kind of work all in conjunction, and they all do basically the same thing, and they'll protract, retract, and move the scapula in a downward position. They all kind of work together to just make sure the scapula goes where it needs to go, and also make sure it stays strong and stays where it needs to. Whenever we're talking about rhomboid pain, it could be one of two things. The first thing is it could be the rhomboid muscles themselves. They could be weak from inactivity, or because you might hunch over in everyday life, or because we sit down a lot or sit in our cars commuting to and from work. It could be that they're in an elongated position, which makes them weak, and it literally makes them loose, and they're not tight the way they should be. So it could be a weak rhomboid muscle. Or you could have what's called cervical nerve pain, or the pain could be coming from lack of rotation and stiff cervical spine, which the cervical spine is the top portion of your spine. And so it could just be as simple as loosening, the cervical spine up, doing various exercises like that. Or it could be just releasing the rhomboid muscles, with a simple tennis ball and wall. I'm going to show you how to identify the pain. We're going to go from simplest to more complex. And hopefully what I'm going to show you today is going to release the pain and take care of it for good. The first exercise we're going to do is just determine if the rhomboid muscles themselves are the problem or if it's something else. If they are the problem, this should help. If not, we'll need to move on to our further exercises. But all we need for this is a tennis ball and a free chunk of wall right here. And all we're going to do is we're going to take the tennis ball, we're going to run it along the ridge of the scapula between the spine and the scapula itself, because that's where the rhomboid muscle is at. All we're going to do is take our tennis ball, put it inside our scapula right there, right on the rhomboid muscle itself, and we're just going to press it up against the wall like so. Now, you don't want to, press inside the wall as much as you can or as hard as you can. You just want solid, consistent, firm pressure. And you'll know right away if it's too much or not enough, because the ball will fall. If it's too much, you'll be in pain. So what you'll do is you'll literally just run it up and down like so, and you might even feel some trigger points in there, and that's what you're looking for. If you do, hold it there, apply consistent pressure, and then maybe you'll want to even, run it just barely up and over that area. If there's some knots in there, work out those knots, really get it stretched out. If this is the problem, you should feel relief in 10 to 15 seconds. If you want to, you can run it all the way up to a minute. If that doesn't do anything, then it's probably something else. Something else you can try is to really open up your scapula and get a even deeper, stretch in there. Is take whatever arm is the tennis ball's behind. So this one's my left. I'll put my left arm across my body, which then basically takes the scapula, opens it up a little bit, and more exposes that rhomboid muscle to really stretch it out even more. So all I'll do is put it over across like that, and then whenever I find my area, just continue to hold it there, apply consistent pressure, and this should take care of it. If it doesn't, let's move on to our next exercise. The second exercise we can do is a stretch, and this is to stretch out the levator scapula. I mentioned earlier that whenever we're talking about rhomboid pain, we're talking about the rhomboids themselves and also possibly the levator scapula, which the levator scapula is one of your neck muscles. It connects to your cervical spine and runs down to your scapula as well. So all we need to do to stretch that out is take our arm, put it on our head, point your head down, almost like you're putting your nose into your armpit. Take your other arm, put it behind your back like so, and then you'll just simply take your head down. And you'll feel right away the stretches coming from right in here. And the reason why you put your hand behind your back is to keep your shoulder in a fixed position, because if I bring my head up, it's naturally going to want to raise my shoulder up, but I'm trying to get a good stretch. So I put it back here to keep it in place and then really stretch it out. And you'll hold that for about 20, 30 seconds. If that works, do it, once, twice daily. If it doesn't, let's move on to the next one we have. Now we'll address the second most common cause of rhomboid pain, which is cervical nerve pain. Those nerves can become irritated from either lack of activity or lack of mobility in the cervical spine, which is again the upper part of the spine. So all we need to do is simply, stand next to a wall and you'll just put your arms out like this. And then all you'll do is one arm you'll leave up against the wall and the other one you'll bring around like that. You'll let your head basically watch your hand as far as you can and then come on back. And then again, you'll do that again. Do it slow and controlled movements. Watch my hand all the way back. One thing you want to make sure you don't do is don't allow your hips to follow your upper body. I mean, just naturally, you'll think, I got to get to the wall so that I'll allow my hips to open up as well, but you don't want to do that. It's all about creating mobility in that cervical spine. So whenever you're coming back, make sure your hips stay in place, and then you'll take your hand back as far as you can. And then you want to do the other side as well for symmetry, just to make sure both sides are equally as mobile, or this will show you where one side is less mobile. Whichever side is less mobile, that's the side you want to focus on. That's the side you want to do more exercises of. So let's just say, like for me, I would recommend do 10 reps twice daily. So if I do 10 reps this side, but then I find out my other side, I have much less mobility, well, then I'll do 20 reps on that side because it might be, mobility from my left side. That could be what's causing the pain that I'm experiencing in my rhomboids. There's also a seated option for this open book exercise. It's the exact same thing, except you're sitting in a seat. Do it with a chair that preferably does not have a back to it, because if it does, it might hinder your reaching back motion. Again, the motion is the exact same. You'll keep your knees closely together, hands out, reach back. Again, you'll do this for 10 reps, 2 times a day. I would say at least 3 to 4 times a week. Or if you find that doing it daily, really releases the pain and really makes you feel better, do it daily if you want. But pay attention to your body and what helps you the most. Another version of the open book you can do is called the kneeling open book. Now this one, the motions are the same, but the setup's a little bit different. And so all you need to do is kneel on the ground, lock your lumbar in place by putting your butt as close to your heels as you can, and then you'll put one or both hands on the ground, and then let's just say whatever side you want to stretch first, you will take your hand and then put it on the base of your neck like so. Your other hand you'll put in front of your knee just like that. All you'll do is you'll look down and then you'll raise up like that. Again, try and follow your elbow as it goes up. Come back down, raise up, back down, raise up. And then again, you'll do this both sides, check for symmetry. Whichever one seems to be less mobile, that's the one you'll do more of. And again, this one, just like the others, you'll do for 10 reps each side. Whichever side is more stiff, do that one for 20 reps. And then you'll do this for 2 times a day. Now for me, no pain fix exercise routine is complete without a little bit of strengthening. And this exercise I'm about to show you is exactly what you need. All it takes is a resistance band and some type of anchor point. It could be a door you have in your house or a metal pole you have bolted to the wall like I have here. You could even have someone hold it for you as long as it's anchored in front of you. That way the resistance can come from the band itself and doesn't come flying back at you. So all you need to do is take the handle, put your hand to your side, and you're going to keep your hands to your side the whole time, even when you go up, because that's what keeps the tension in the band. So don't allow your hands to fall forward. If it gets too hard, just take a step closer to the wall itself. So I'll take a step or two away from the wall, put my hands at my side, and then rise up just like that. You'll come up, you'll come down, and if the resistance is too much, all you need to do is take a step closer to the wall, loosen the resistance, but again, you'll go up and then you'll go back down. You want to come all the way up right there, or at least as much as it's pain-free to come up. Come all the way up and then go all the way down. If your pain is to a place to where even that's too hard, you can do something called an isometric hold. And all isometric hold is you just, put your hands in a place where the resistance is and just hold it there. Hold it there for 10 to 15 seconds. If you can, come out, hold for 15 seconds, release, come back, hold for 15 seconds. And in that way, you're getting the same workout, you're getting the same exercise without the whole motion, if your pain is to the place where it doesn't even allow you to do the motion like that. And with this exercise, you'll do it for 3 sets, 10 reps each set, and you'll do it 3 times per week. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you learned something new, or if I reminded you something you already knew, or you have any questions, leave all that down in the comments below. If you'd like to be notified right when my videos go up, make sure to hit that bell icon and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.